Hello students, welcome to the class. It is our GK class. Today we will complete these three chapters. First one, Olympic Games. Second, 50, chapter number 50, Interesting Sports, and chapter number 51, Food Expression. Chapter number 51 is very important. I will explain why. Let's start with chapter number 49. Okay, first, when were the first Olympic Games held? You know that after every 4 years, Olympic Games are held. Now, when the first Olympic Games started? It is started in 776 BC, that means before Christ. Okay, 776 BC. Next, when were the first modern Olympic Games held? Modern Olympic Games held in 1896. Option B will be the correct answer, 1896. Next, who was the first woman swimmer to win gold medals in 3 consecutive Olympic Games? She won the gold medal in 3 consecutive Olympic Games. She is Dawn Fraser. Dawn Fraser. Next, number 4. Who is called the architect of the modern Olympics? Who is known as the architect of the modern Olympic? She is Perry Coubertin. Perry Coubertin. Next, number 5. Where were the first Winter Olympic Games held? You know that there are Summer Olympics and Winter Olympics. Now, where are the Winter Olympics held? It is first Winter Olympic Games held in France. Who won 9 Olympics gold medals between 1980 and 1990? So, in between these 10 years, he won 9 Olympics gold medals. He is Carl Lewis. Option number B will be the correct answer. Number 7. Who was first Indian to reach the finals of an Olympic athletics event? Who was the first Indian? You know that there is a film regarding this Indian athletics. He is Milkha Singh. Next, where was the first international Kho-Kho championship held? Where was the first international Kho-Kho championship held? It is in Vijayawada. It is in Vijayawada. Next, who was first American to win men's championship at Wimbledon? Who was the first American to win men's championship at Wimbledon? He is Bill Tilden. Bill Tilden. Next, number 10. Who invented the game of basketball? He is James A. Naismith. James A. Naismith. Okay. Next, Alka Tomar and Anita Tomar, those are two sisters, won gold medal on 8th October 2010 in 19th Commonwealth Games, Delhi, which was held in Delhi for wrestling. So, who are the two girls or two women who won the gold medal in 19th Commonwealth Games, which was held in Delhi at 2010? They are Alka Tomar and Anita. Next, Dola Banerjee, Deepika Kumari and Bombaila Devi won gold medal on 8th October 2010 on the same date for recurve event. So, who are those 3 women who won the gold medal for recurve event? They are Dola Banerjee, Deepika Kumari and Bombaila Devi. Okay. So, this chapter is complete. 49 is complete. Next, chapter number 50, Interesting Sports. Let's do this. You have to tick the correct option. I will tell all the answers. You will just tick in your book. Next, a race in honor of the ancient Greek soldier who ran from Marathon to Athens, bringing news that the Greeks had defeated the Persians in the war. So this race is this race is known as marathon race. Why it is named so, marathon? Because it is based on an ancient event, that is a Greek soldier who ran from Marathon to Athens, bringing the news that Greeks had defeated the Persians in the war. This was this news he carries from Marathon to Athens by running. That's why this race is also called marathon race. Okay. Next, a sport in which you must put a small ball into 18 holes in the least number of hits. The sport is golf. You have to put a small ball into 18 holes in least number of hits. A sport in which the two participants use protective cloths, a mask and shorts. So what is the sport? That is fencing. A sport in which you dance to music in water. That is synchronized swimming. Next, number 5, a ball game which is usually played riding a horse. It can also be played riding a bicycle or an elephant. That is polo. You have watched the sport in TV, riding on a horse. It can be done in also riding on a cycle and on elephant also. Which game is played indoors where you hit the ball with your racket against a wall? That is squash. Next, in which sports are ice skates used? Ice skates used in figure skating. In which sport? That is figure skating. Next, in which game do you need a heavy ball and 9 pins? A heavy ball and 9 pins you need bowling. In which game? That is bowling. A heavy ball and 9 pins. This is bowling. So this is chapter number 50. Interesting sports. You will do this in your book. Next, chapter number 51, food expression. Why this chapter is important? It is mainly English proverbs, idioms or proverbs you can say. These proverbs are used to indicate such situation or a person or a thing. What are the inner meanings of these phrases? I will explain today. Okay. The first one is food expression and second one is animal expression, and animal phrases, animal expression. What are these that means what is the real meaning of these proverbs? I will explain that. First one is packed in like sardines. So what are sardines? Sardines are small fishes that are packed in a tin very closely. That means very neatly and closely together. So packed in like sardines, that means a place where peoples are crowded together, are standing closely together. That is called packed in like sardines. You can use a sentence like today in the bus I came like packed in sardines manner. In that sense you can say that. So the proof, next number 2, the proof of the pudding is in eating. The proof of the pudding is in eating. That means the real value of something, it lies in its experience, not by theoretical basis or not by appearances. You can taste the real value of something in its you can say in its experience. After eating a pudding you can only say that the pudding is good or bad. This expression used like this. Okay, when if you do that means don't judge a book by its cover. The same phrase is like this, that the proof of pudding is in eating. That means you can understand something is good or bad only after experiencing it. You cannot say something by judging it, right? Next, as I like as chalk and cheese. It will be chalk and cheese. So as I like as chalk and cheese, both are the opposite. That means it indicates when something is totally opposite from each other. Like my brothers are like chalk and cheese. That means they are totally different from each other. Chalk and cheese, that means totally different from each other. This phrase is used like this. Next, worth his salt. Worth his salt. That means a person who is competent in its specified job. That means who is very good in his job. That is worth his salt. Okay. Next, number 5, have your cake and eat it too. That means this phrase is used when you cannot have both the things. That means you can have one thing or another thing. You cannot have both the good things together. So this means that you cannot pose a cake that you have the cake, you will eat it later after consuming it, right? So this phrase is used when you cannot have both the good things together. Next, number 6, a land flowing with milk and honey. This is a a biblical phrase, biblical line. That means this phrase is taken from Bible. This means that a place with good agricultural value. That means there, if people grows food or crops there, it will grow very well. That place is known as a land flowing with milk and honey. You can use this phrase in a place which is rich in economical way and in environmental way, both way. You can use this phrase there also. Next, animal phrases. Right. So these are the food expression. Now these are animal phrases. When we use these phrases and what is the meaning of it. First one is eager beaver. Eager beaver, that means a person who is very very zealous, Z-E-A, okay, not J-E-A, Z-E-A-L-O-U-S, zealous, who is very zealous to do something. That means a man who works harder than others, who has an intention to work harder than others. That is a eager beaver. Okay. Number 2 is race, that is rat race. Rat means like we people, we are running in a rat race where we want to do the better for us. We are not looking aside, we are not observing others, we are just running like blindfoldedly, we are following something to do better, That is rat race. Next, number 3 is night owl. Night owl is referred to a person who mainly works at night, most of his work do at night, or who can do his useful works at night. That is a night owl. That means owls are awake at night, and that's why this phrase is used. Next, number 4 is silly goose. Silly goose, we use this phrase when we want to encourage someone that don't be a silly goose, do your work and complete it, like that. That means a person who is nervous. Silly goose, that means a person who is nervous. Next, number 5 is brain. That means the bird's brain. That means very foolish person. Bird's brain. That is a small brain that have no brain at all. Bird's brain. We use this phrase for that. Next, number 6 is lone wolf. Lone wolf, that means a solitary person or who is a stronger person who is alone enough. That is a lone wolf who doesn't go in groups, who does his works alone. That is lone wolf. Okay. So number 6, lone wolf. So this chapter, why it is important, you have understood now that these expressions we use, these proverbs we use for a specific person or specific thing or specific situation. So you have to read this very carefully. You will write this in your copy and you will write a sentence for this. Okay, write a sentence for every proverb. You will write a sentence for every proverb. You will do this 51 in your copy. Thank you for watching.